Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with a Walmart wax haul for fall 2019. So I've heard from a number of people that they've been kind of wondering where the fall wax is at Walmart from Better Homes and Gardens and from Sensationals. I just happened to be at a Walmart earlier today for like unrelated stuff, and I decided to check out the wax just in case they had it at my Walmart, and they did. So I just decided to haul a little bit of it and also like put the PSA out there that maybe not all Walmarts, but at least some Walmarts have fall wax now. So a couple things to keep in mind with this particular haul is, even though I love wax, I'm much more like a spring summer person than a fall winter. So I do have some fall and winter things that I really love, but I don't like spice, and I feel like there's just so much spice in fall stuff especially that, like, even if it's a good fragrance, I personally I'm not into it, so I don't haul it. So I don't buy anything that I wouldn't personally use myself. So keep in mind that this haul is just like a small snapshot of what you can get. So if you are a fall or winter person, I felt like the selection was fantastic. Like it had so many great fragrances and great packaging. So yeah, if fall winter is your jam, like, please run to Walmart immediately and make your own choices, because I feel like you would like a lot of stuff. So first, I'm just going to get into the couple of items I bought that are not seasonal, and then I'll get into what I have from fall. So the first one I picked up is a sweet watermelon buttercream. I used up a couple of these last year, and I used them up in my classroom primarily. Loved them, very kid friendly, so I decided to pick up another one. I only saw one, so I just kind of snatched what I could. But yeah, I guess I get like a little bit of a sugariness, but I would say that this smells, at least to me, more like watermelon Kool-Aid, if you can imagine that, because it's very sweet, very sugary, and there's definitely a watermelon vibe too. I love the picture here, and yeah, I hope that I can find more in the future. I also picked up a wild berry cheesecake. This is another tried and true one. I used this primarily in my apartment last year, because last year was the first year actually that I had a couple of kids complain about this one. They said it smelled too much like yogurt, which I guess I could get because, I mean, it is cheesecake, so you're definitely gonna get that like creamy dairy scent, I guess. I personally enjoy it, so I'm going to take it back to my high school classroom this year and see if they have any kind of a version to it. The next one that I picked up is my Better Homes and Gardens Vanilla Cookie Crunch. Just a good vanilla, kind of like buttery vanilla cookie fragrance to mix with things, I guess. All right, so that is it for my non-seasonal stuff. Now I'm going to get into my fall stuff. And again, keep in mind, this is just a snapshot of what you can get. This is a small haul. It's definitely not everything they had by a long shot. So like I said, if you're a fall person, go to Walmart, because I feel like you would have a pretty good experience in the wax section. So the first two that I picked up are Peach Blueberry Crisp. This has a really nice kind of like navy wax. I don't know if this is exactly a dupe or like a repackage, because I don't have a blueberry bundt cake from last year because I used them all up, but this definitely makes me think of that. It's definitely the same kind of bakery, the same blueberry. I'm not sure if I get a peach though. That's why I keep saying, like, I mean, maybe it's slightly different because I don't have my side-by-side, but I feel like if you liked blueberry bundt cake, you would definitely go for this one too. So yeah, great fragrance. I bought two, one for my apartment and one for my classroom. I don't think the blueberry, by the way, is especially authentic. It kind of reminds me of like the blue kind of gummy shark candy that you can get from gas stations. Like, I feel like if they added kind of a tart note to that sweetness, it'd be more authentic, but I still like it, so that's why I decided to definitely pick some up still. The next one I picked up is one that is new for this year, at least I've never seen it before. It is Harvest Pumpkin Peach. I feel like the picture is pretty on point with what it smells like, so definitely like a peach colored wax here. It's very pretty. To me, this smells like a lightly spiced bakery peach, and I feel like that's exactly what this should smell like. It's great. So you guys know, again, I don't get into the spice, but because I think the spice is not overwhelming in this, it's still a good one. So I feel like I'm going to be okay with just one, but I feel like It's such a good one if you're kind of like me in the sense that you could appreciate this stuff, but the spice just gets kind of overwhelming. So maybe check out this if you're like me. The next one I picked up is one that I've had a couple years in a row. It says limited edition, but like, no, I've had this many years in a row. So pumpkin apple muffins, even though I don't like spice, I love this one. I think it's so good because there's definitely a spice here for sure, but I also very much so get what it says, a pumpkin apple muffin. I feel like I definitely can get all of those fragrances. And this one's kind of intense, especially for my students. So this one I'll either do like half a cube at a time or mix it with that vanilla to kind of tone it down a little bit. But yeah, a great scent. I get one, at least one every single year, and it's very possible that I'll pick up more of these this year. The next one that I picked up is my last fall one because I also got one winter one. This is Sensational's Autumn Air. It's a very bright, like blindingly bright, kind of red orange color. I feel like when you see this in person, I mean, it's crazy. It's so bright that I feel like my viewfinder doesn't really do it justice here. But yeah, so Autumn Air, it's sweater weather. I feel like this is kind of like a toned down version of if you mixed sweater weather and autumn from Bath & Body Works together. I'm definitely an autumn person. Like sweater weather, I can kind of take it or leave it, but I love autumn. So I feel like this was very reminiscent of this. I was wondering if this would be reminiscent of Radiant Red Maple, but I haven't had one in like years. I think it came out in like 2015. I think I had one that year and that was it. So I feel like if you have a Radiant Red Maple, maybe do a side-by-side and see if they're similar. I mean, they may not be, but I was kind of wondering from the picture if that's what this would be. So like I said, if you've got one of those, please do us all a favor and do a side-by-side comparison and let us know. So yeah, picked up one of those. And finally, the last one that I got is a winter fragrance. They did have a couple winter fragrances, so not necessarily Christmas, but just winter. This is the Better Homes and Gardens Frosted Winter Flurries. Nice picture of like a blizzardy type woodland area. And the wax is just a nice ivory color. This reminds me of a candle that I had my last winter in Kansas. So 2016 to 2017, I had a candle by Chesapeake Bay, and I don't remember what it was called, but it smelled exactly like this. So this is kind of like an icy, almost minty, woodsy fragrance. So if you feel like you try to get behind Twisted Peppermint, but you don't like the sugariness of it, and instead you wanted it to be more clean, I feel like this would be a good one for you. So whether you like Twisted Peppermint or not, I mean, it's absolutely not the same. But if you want to get into that icy, wintry thing, but you don't like Twisted Peppermint, check this out. It might be more up your alley. So like I said, there was way more fall and winter that was available, but because I don't buy things that I wouldn't personally use and enjoy, that's why you're only seeing like a small bit of it from me. But at least in my area, it's here, so definitely check out yours. I'd love to see your hauls. So if you haul it, please like put a link down below, because even though they're not my jam, I still love to see people's hauls. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at YellowBrickExpat, same way it's spelled here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.